I've never made a video like this because I always thought that if I can use it, I don't regret it, because anyway it will be used and I don't like to waste my supplies. But there are some things that I would have easily lived without, and they are not adding much joy into my artistic life. So let me share this item with you. Let's start with the first item, which is brushes, or better, set of brushes. I bought them in sale, so I don't really regret them, but there was a point where I thought that I wanted to change all of my brushes because they were getting hard, crusty, and not really useful anymore. But then I sort of switched my art style into mixed media one, where actually those crusty brushes, they're becoming very, very precious in making beautiful mark making. So in the end, I got stuck with all of these brushes that I don't see myself using for now and in the nearest future. So they're just sitting there waiting for me to decide to add it to my collection. But it's sort of pointless to open more packaging and start to use more brushes when I still use the one I have and they are enough. I discovered that I do not enjoy using alcohol marker as a medium for my art. So I got stuck with this set. So I'm glad that it is in my life, because otherwise I would not know that I don't enjoy alcohol marker if I don't try first. So I'm happy that I got to try, and I'm happy it's with me. But yeah, I don't see myself buying any other alcohol marker anytime soon. I do still use them occasionally because I like to use my supplies, but this is one of those supplies that I would have lived very well even without. But I'm a person that needs to learn from experience, so I'm glad that I know now that I'm not an alcohol marker person, and sorry for the dust, clearly I'm not using them. Watercolor set. I bought this one now almost 2 years ago, and I never got the chance to use it. It's a nice, cute, quite big with a lot of colors, watercolor set. And yeah, I just have so many supply, and this one doesn't feel any special for me apart for looking cute, that I could never justify to actually start using it. But at the same time, I don't want to give it away because I never use it and I don't know if I will like it or not. And every time I tell you guys I will be using and try this one, and it's just sitting on the side year after year. My child even got to it, they start to damage. So will I finally decide to try and use this one? But then I have so many supplies. And the same is for this budget-friendly watercolor from, this is unbranded. This one is from Creative Peak, and I moved it in this palette to force myself to use it. So these one are all the other watercolor that I have, Jackson, Winsor Newton, Schminke, and so on. These one are the Creative Peak watercolor. I bought them because I have also the watercolor paper, which is still budget friendly but really, really good. So I thought it would be good also the watercolor, but it always leave me unfulfilled. It always leave me disappointed. So I moved it here to try to use it, but this is one of the supply that I could very easily and happily have lived without, and now I'm stuck with it. I recently bought in Temu this white marker. It worked really, really well on camera. My first attempt. After 2 days, I went ahead to use it again, and it was completely dry out. It was completely useless. It was wasted. I just need to throw it away. But I cannot bring myself to just throw it away, and I'm always thinking maybe I should find a way to cut it open and use the ink if it's not dry out inside. But I don't know if you can see, the tip is completely dry out, and yeah, I cannot use it. Definitely a big regret. Not a lot of money invested, but it was good the first time, then I could not use it anymore. I don't know why I bought them. I don't know what I thought I would do with them. It's not my style. It's not part of my creative process. So yeah, I'm stuck with this double-ended marker that is just sitting on the side, waiting to dry out. Basically, I'm not letting my kids play with it because he has a lot of supply to play with, and they will just be an extra thing that get mixed with the rest of the mess. This Caran d'Ache graphic cube, I had bigger expectation about this, and it didn't fulfill it. I was expecting a much darker mark. Instead, it's quite light and subtle on the paper, so I prefer use at the moment the willow charcoal, that it gives me a darker look. This is quite light look. It's more for I don't know, a gradient of shading or for sketching, but I don't do a lot of sketch at the moment. So yeah, this, I'm using it, of course. As I said, I always use my supply, but yeah, I could have lived without. I got this glass pen as part of a set, and I was really looking forward to use them because I thought they would really make an interesting mark and do some fake writing, and it looked gorgeous. But they actually very scratchy, and it could simply be that I don't know how to use them. But at the moment I don't get to use them a bunch because they just scratch my paper. Sketchbooks, there are 3 types of sketchbook that I realize I don't really enjoy them much using it. I will still use it, but I could have lived without, as I said. First is black paper. I don't use it a ton, so I'm not attracted to it. I was curious about it, so I'm happy that I've just bought some a couple of sample packs, so I have a couple of black paper. I can always use it for testing, for experimenting, but yeah, they are definitely not my favorite, and they are just sitting on the side for the moment. This is something I really wanted, and I was really looking forward to use, and this is a block. Watercolor block. I always had just a sketchbook, and I was curious to understand the feeling of a block. I realized I didn't like it because I like to keep my art together. Instead, with a block, you end up separate the different paper, which for how messy my life is at the moment means for me to just lose my artwork, ruin my artwork, step on it, be damaged, definitely. So I prefer work on sketchbook where the paper get to stay inside instead of separate. Yes, I still keep the paper inside, but it's super easy to get it lost. Giant sketchbook that don't even fit in the camera. I don't work that big. I have this for years and years and years. The pages have just got yellow, and all the cover is dust. It's too big for me to enjoy working on it. And the last thing are sketching pencil. I have a ton of pencil and even more on the side, and I don't really sketch that much, so I don't actively buy sketching pencil anymore. I do get them in subscription boxes or you know, in a set that I buy, and it's sort of pointless for me because I don't get to use them that much. So just one of these pencil is enough for my lifetime. I do try to sketch a little bit more but it just doesn't fit right now in my life. If you watch until now, I would love for you to write the word regret down in the comment, and also let me know which one is your biggest regrets in art supply purchase. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!